I grew up in southwest Florida, in Fort Myers and Sarasota. It's where God's waiting room. So, I went to high school in Sarasota and went to Gainesville University of Florida.
And did you participate in any athletics in high school? Or?
No, not in high school. I think I was in Little League before that. That's about the extent of my childhood or adolescent sports. I don't think it was because I was gay. I think it was just a lack of coordination in general that kept me from doing it.
But you had interest in sport?
Yeah, I like baseball.
When I first came out of the closet, I mean, one of the things that kept me from coming out of the closet really was I didn't understand. I had no gay, at least none that I knew, no family members. I had no experience with this. And I didn't know you could have gay friends. I thought being gay was just this dirty thing that you hid all the time. That's what everybody did. I didn't understand there was a community. I didn't understand that there was, you could have, a long-term relationship. I was totally ignorant of just about everything. And so.
When you first began to participate in gay softball, what were the other team members like?
I think during the games itself, we were all, we were very much into the game and very serious. But after the games, going to the bars, it was the internet for us, I guess, at that time. I think what attracted me to it, because I was very much an introvert, pretty shy, and a lot of the other people playing weren't. And I liked that. And I could go be part of a team. At the beginning, I didn't want to be or have to be a leader or anything. I could just be part of a team, enjoy the camaraderie, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that. And I had forgotten about this, especially at the very beginning when we were on a gay team on the straight league, where just the harassment, I guess I want to call it. I don't like that word because it didn't bother me that much. But I remember, like, we played the police. The police were some of the worst at that time. They'd make nasty comments, and now I think back, I thought how awful that was, because it wouldn't happen now. And then we almost laughed about it a little bit. And it was because we were in a team. It would have been much more painful and difficult if I was by myself at that point. But we'd be out on the bases, and we'd be like on third base next to their dugout. We hear little comments. We'd compare notes about what we heard. We get back to the dugout, and we laughed about it. I mean, what were they gonna do, for forfeit? I don't know. They didn't like losing to us. They certainly weren't going to forfeit.
Did they lose to you?
Oh, sometimes. So yeah, they really didn't like that. I remember one game that we beat them, and at Mills Pond Park, they had beer, and we were talking, don't drink. They might be watching for us as you're driving out, because this is revenge. So. It's like, wait till you drink. We go to the club, go to the bar afterwards, and then have a drink. Don't have a beer there.
So now we're talking about the mid to late 90s.
Yeah.
And there were already at that point gay softball leagues all over the country.
Yeah, tournaments, softball leagues, everything.
That's great. How did Fort Lauderdale rank then compared to these other cities that you traveled to in terms of the size of the league, the amount of participation?
At the very beginning, we were smaller, but we grew really fast. Our tournament, I remember our tournament went from being small the first year, and I think almost the second or third year it was one of the biggest ones. Because I think most people wanted to come to Fort Lauderdale. We had that on our side. So, but it became really big, really fast. I mean, I bet 80% of all travel outside the city was to go to tournaments. We didn't have that much money, we didn't have that much time, and so any time and money we had for that was dedicated almost exclusively to traveling to, tournaments. And I got to go to cities I probably never would have gone to before. I mean, Kansas City, Birmingham, all these places that It was great. I was probably more traveled than most of the people of my age and my income level at that point, just because of the softball.
So what were you doing then? You were teaching at that point?
I started teaching in '99. Before that, I had like 8 different jobs that none of them I liked. I became a teacher and really enjoyed that. Nova High School. Stayed in South Florida until 2007.
And then ready to go.
Atlanta.
And what were you doing in Atlanta?
I was teaching for a little while, and then my partner, he got me an opportunity to enter sort of a finance industry, and went back to school, learned a lot. Now I work for a hedge fund. But I was thinking the skills I learned in softball, learned to be a little bit of an extrovert, learned not to be incredibly shy. I couldn't have my job right now if I didn't have the skills I learned then.